welcome to another episode of Watch Once Over. My name is Biggie. Today we're going to be looking at this beautiful 50 millimeter U-boat Classico Tungsteno, and this has the tungsten bezel. That's why it's called the Tungsteno, and it's the Classico because this is the classic form for the U-boat, and it is in 50 millimeters. Now, this watch right now is available at azfintime.com. The normal retail price is $5,000, but they're offering this right now for $3,500. Great deal. If you're interested in this one, hurry up and call. This watch is simply fantastic. It is a bigger watch, but if your wrist can support a watch of this size and girth, this is an excellent option. Now, right over here on the side, you have a little badge telling you which number this is, and this is number 160. I don't know the total production number on here, but this is a really cool piece of work. Now, like I said before, the case is all 316 steel, and then you have an insert right here which is all solid tungsten. So all the shiny part of this bezel, that is tungsten. That is extremely hard metal, and it is extremely scratch resistance. And the rest of the bezel the rest of the case is 316L polished, along with this buckle right here that says U-boat. Now let's do a quick measurement on here because that is going to be important. Like I said before, the case is 50 millimeters, as you can see right there. The case with the crown, with the canteen style crown, is about 59. The thickness on this one is 18, and then the lug to lug without the bracelet is going to be about a 58, and with the bracelet it's going to be about a 60 because this bracelet juts out a little bit because it has this metal end over here on the 6 o'clock side. Now this watch is destro style. That means all the controls are over on the left hand side. Doesn't mean it's a left-hand watch. It's just destro style. And this is meant to be worn on the right hand. And these controls are going to be out of your way on your wrist, so it won't dig into your wrist because there's no controls on this side. Now, this watch, surprisingly for its size, it only has 100 meters of water resistance. It has a beautiful sapphire U-shaped window in the back. And that is a stainless steel back, and that is a U-boat tuned up Valjoux 7750 chronograph on there. Handmade strap on this one, stainless steel, twin trigger deployment buckle with the U-boat. Then this thing is like a tow truck anchor, as you can see. And I'll try this on my wrist. My wrist is 7.25 inches, and I'll show you what this looks like right now, just in case you're interested. It says twin trigger deployment system, and that's what it looks like on my wrist. It doesn't look too bad. I do have a 7.25 inch wrist, and my wrist can support wearing a watch this size, but honestly, this isn't the size I gravitate towards. I usually go for 42 to 45, but I could wear this with no problem, and I would suggest this down to a wrist all the way. It may be to about 6.5, 7. My wrist is about 7.25, 7.5, depending on the day. But this watch is just stunningly beautiful. It has the 7750 Valjoux with 44 hours of autonomy. You have a date wheel over here at 9 o'clock. And then you have the running seconds at 6 o'clock. Now, this is a sandwich dial. Let's look in at close a little bit. This is a sandwich dial watch, and the sandwich cutouts are all the indices. Now, the 4, 8, and 12 is raised up, and then the sub-registers are sunken down, and you don't get any numbers for the counters on that. Now, I'll start the chronograph. It is a 7750 Valjoux, and it does have a crisp actuation, not quite as crisp as a column wheel with a vertical clutch, but it will suffice, and you can still tell that this watch is of all high quality. Now you can start and stop the chronograph with the canteen open or closed. And that's your reset, nice and crisp. And then you have this inner crown, which is it's a push-pull crown, but it does screw down. So this one screws down on the inside, and then the canteen screws down on top of that. Super secure. I only wish it did have more than 100 meters of water resistance, but oh well, that's how they designed it. It is the Classico. Now the lug spacing is going to be a 23 millimeter strap, and this one does tapers down about a millimeter, I guess. No, let me see, 23. No, it doesn't have a taper to it. I'm guessing because of the watch has so much girth and heft, it doesn't use a tapered strap. Now I'll light this up. It does have superluminova on this sandwich dial and on the hands. And let's see what that looks like. This is going to be your transitioning lume right here. And as you can see, it is pretty bright, superluminova. I do not know how long this lasts, but it is superluminova. And it's not your transitioning lume. So the watch is nice. It's really legible. It's easy to read. You're not going to need your glasses to read the time, maybe to see the date. But the watch is actually pretty fantastic, and it rears really nice. Now, I'm going to weigh this because I know somebody's going to ask me how much does it weigh. Now, this is in grams. 232 grams. That's what it weighs. 232 grams. So it is a whopper. And remember, you do have this extra heavy, dense metal that is tungsten, which is extremely scratch resistant. As you can see, there's no scratches on here. And you do have this beautiful bevel sapphire to go with that. And also an anti-reflective sapphire U in the back. So this watch is pretty cool. Let me know what you guys think about it. It's the U-Boat Classico 50 millimeter with the tungsten bezel. Available right now at azfinetime.com. My name is Biggie. That's the Watch One's over for today. Please let me know what you think about this one. Too big, too small, just right. But it's available. Thank you for watching. God bless. Please subscribe. And as usual, I'll catch you guys on the next video.